Yo! Apologies if that was loud, but hello. How have you been? I'm finally back on track with the American Horror Story episodes. I know I said that I had episode 4 and 5 to edit, but I didn't even see episode 6 was there as well. I didn't even know I reacted to episode 6, so I had to edit that as well. But all that said and done, this is it. No more backlog of old episodes. This is just fresh now. I'm ready to get back into the storyline. And to be honest, I did think that I would need to watch it all again just to get myself kind of back into the storyline. But because I had to edit episode 4, 5 and 6, and it's pretty much reminded me of what's going on. Maybe there's a few little bits here and there that I've probably forgotten, but I'm hoping that they come back to me. Anyway, as always, I'm going to start off with a little recap of, I don't know, the first 6 episodes, I guess. I mean, it's the halfway mark. I might as well shed a bit of light on it. I mean, you guys probably know what's happening. I guess I'm just trying to give a recap, so I'm reminding myself of what's going on. And I also want to clear up like a few predictions that I made. I kept saying that I thought to haunt that house as a spirit, your body would have to have been buried there. And I kept referring back to when Constance told Moira, because Moira's body was also buried in the garden as well. Constance said to her, "It looks like you're never leaving this place again." I think I took that literally. I took that as if her bones or body gets discovered, she'd be free. But I guess Constance said it in a way where she's always going to be there forever. But if her body goes, then at least Moira knows that her body can, like, rest in peace. But it's always going to be in the garden under that gazebo with Hayden's body. So essentially she'll never be set free because her spirit and her body are there. And I think what Constance meant by that is her body will never be free. Cool, that's what I think. And obviously I was kind of in between. I was going back and forth between two ideas. Like, it was either you die there and you stay there, or you're buried there and you stay there. I don't believe that if you get buried there, you stay there. You die there, right? Otherwise, the house would be literally a graveyard. And there was a comment I said once. I was trying to figure out if Tate had this like weird power of leaving the house whenever he wanted. And then I said something about him leaving the house to visit Ben because Ben didn't want to see him at the house anymore, so they had to go outside. And I said, oh, he left the house when it wasn't Halloween. But going back on it, I think it was Halloween when Tate left the house to meet with Ben at the park, because I remember there was a load of kids around him dressed up as scary ghosts and whatever, Dracula and stuff, witches. So I don't believe that Tate has any special powers to leave the house whenever he wants. I think he's just a regular spirit. Because he's not the first to inhabit there, is he? Because Constance's last episode said that the house drove him to do what he did at the school shooting. So I don't know what ghost was messing with Tate's mind back then when he was living there, but I mean, I'm hoping we see that. It should. I mean, there's 6 episodes left. I think it should delve into Tate's past a little bit more. Maybe not just when he dies on his bed in his room. What else was there? This is quite a big recap. I don't think we saw Hayden or Larry last episode. For some reason, they were just not involved, even though I think the spirits can choose to be seen, can't they? If they want to be seen, they can be. Otherwise, whoever goes in the basement would see everyone that ever died. So I think they can choose whether they want to be seen or not. I'm just trying to think. What else was there to the story. I don't think we've seen Larry ever since he tried to burn the house. And I think his name was Chad, with the black hair. He kind of stopped him. He said, "What are you doing to our house?" And then it just cut. That's the last time we've seen of them two. So I'm guessing Larry was talked out of burning the house down. Oh God, what am I thinking? The biggest kind of recap of them all. What the hell is Vivian carrying in her womb, huh? I believe it's definitely not 100% human. It could be 50-50 human, the other half like a mutant or something. Because the nurse at the hospital, I don't know what the word is, but she looked at the little scan of the baby inside the womb, and she said she saw something. I think she fainted, actually. She might have fainted and collapsed. But anyway, she quit that profession entirely after seeing what she saw in the womb. And she became a nun instead at a church. And she said, I quit because of what I saw. And Vivian's like kind of just brushing it off. I don't know why you would be brushing that kind of stuff off. All the shits that happened to you ever since you moved into this house, and now a nurse who is now a nun fainted, and you still don't think something's up? Come on now. Really? As far as who the father of the kid is, Vivian, I think it's between two people. Obviously Ben is one of them, but I think the other one is Tate, because if I remember correctly, I think it was the first or second episode, but Vivian was like getting ready for bed in this little, this nightie, and then someone walks in the room with a gimp outfit, and I think like 10 minutes before that we saw Ben discover that gimp outfit in the attic or the loft or the basement, I don't know which one, and Vivian told him to throw it out, and I think he did throw it out, but then someone was wearing it, and then she was like, "Oh, I thought you threw that out," and then they had sex. And I think a few episodes later we saw Tate was in the gimp outfit when he scared Violet in the basement. And I also think he's the one that killed the gay couple for the murder-suicide. I am highly suspicious of that boy now, ever since I found out about his little school shooting episode. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the baby wasn't Ben's. Not at all. That's just another twist amongst another set of twists that could probably happen. I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see how it unfolds. We're only halfway through. And this recap has gone on for 10 minutes, so I might shut up now. I just wanted to say that, yeah, that's the recap done, and that's all the old videos uploaded. Now it's all fresh. And by the way, before I start, obviously these episodes for this series is about 40 to 45 minutes, and I can only upload 10 minutes of that. I'm sorry, I can only upload 10 minutes in only 30-second clips. If it goes over 30 seconds, you get done for copyright. So I have to do it in 30-second clips with 10 minutes worth of footage. So I have to leave about half an hour out. And the only way for you guys to watch the whole episode is over on my Patreon. And that's not the only benefit, is watching the whole unedited version. But I also upload, like this kind of thing that I'm doing now. I upload the recap before and the discussion afterwards. I upload that. And I also upload the next 1 or 2 episodes of that episode, if that makes sense. I'm trying to like kind of talk clearly. But say this is episode 7, right? As soon as this goes onto YouTube, it means that my reaction to episode 8 and possibly 9 will be on my Patreon, ready for you to watch, like the whole episode as well, not just 30-second clips and 10 minutes. It'll be the whole thing with the intro and outro. Cool. So anyway, let's get on now. Okay. So this one is called Open House. I won't read the description because sometimes that gives the plot of the episode away. So I'm not going to do that.
If you have any feelings for me at all,
you know I love you. I would do anything for you.
Okay.
then do it. Like we discussed.
Oh, okay, 1994. Hang on a minute. So I'm just going to pause there. So it seems like Larry and Constance are in a bit of a, maybe not a relationship, but you know, he just confessed his love for her. I don't think we've ever actually seen them interact in the previous episodes. Interesting. I'm guessing this is where he burns down the house and gets his scars. This is where we find out if he's... No, he's not a ghost. He's not a spirit. He's... Because he was chasing Ben and that. He's definitely not a spirit. He survived, though. Let's see how he survived.
Bo? You should be in bed.
What the fuck?
Bo, you want to play?
Oh, you bastard. Fucking hell.
It's too late for games, Bo. Come on. God help me.
Oh, what's he doing? Prick. What a prick. We'll be having words later, Larry. Don't worry about that.
I don't want you to get all worked up, Vivian. You're having twins.
What?
Twins?
And they're both perfectly healthy. Congratulations.
Oh.
A swimming pool would be just the thing. How deep would you make it?
Very deep.
Good. I like it deep. You'd have to dig up the entire yard.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, I'm very interested in this house.
He's obsessed with fire, isn't he? He really is.
I want a little sweetness down in my soul.
I know who that is.
I could stand some loving. Oh,
I knew it. He's loving it, isn't he?
I feel so funny. I feel so sad. My clothes.
Oh!
My bow.
Oh, it wasn't real.
We have two prospective buyers. One guy who's Persian, I think.
And the other?
The other guy has this really badly burned face. I feel terrible for him. I'm going on the murder house.
Mrs. Harmon is out. But I'd be happy to show you whatever you want to see.
God damn. I just need to remember it's not actually...
belongs to a sad, depressed teenager.
It's not actually a young
But it
woman.
has real potential.
I can say without any hesitation, we've been very happy here. It's a very special house.
Truthfully, it's all inventory to me. I'm gonna bring in bulldozers, turn it into units.
Great idea.
No. But I don't think that would be a good idea, would it? Because they're going to rip down the gazebo and dig up the gazebo and that. It's probably not a good idea, man. Maybe that's why Larry done it. Maybe that's why Larry killed Hayden, because he knew they wouldn't be able to sell it to people who would dig up the house. Clever by Larry, but he's also a dickhead for smothering that. I think it was a boy or a girl. I don't know.
The house is evil, now you want to buy it.
That's goddamn right. I need that house. I need it. That is the only place I have any hope to ever be happy again.
Why?
With her. There's really only one way to say this. I fallen in love with somebody else. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Do I know her?
Constance, from next door.
She's very beautiful. You're going to move her into my house?
It was her house before. I can't live without her.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah!
Constance? All this for Constance?
She's the most exciting woman I've ever met. I need that house, Ben.
We have a buyer. A real buyer with real money. And he's gonna pull the whole goddamn thing down.
You can't let him do that.
I can, and I will. And as soon as I leave here, I'm gonna report you to the police and file a restraining order.
Mic drop, baby. Puffing that cigarette.
Game over.
Game over. Shit. He means it, and he flicked it on the floor.
Mother could see me now.
I really like this backstory.
Polishing my own silver.
The baby is upstairs and waiting for you in the nursery.
He hasn't brought his son back to life. I know he's dismembered it. Is it that thing that we saw mount the girl that was bullying Violet, though, back in the early episodes? Had like red eyes and stuff. Oh. Whew.
I was wrong about you, Charles. You are a genius.
How long I've waited to hear you say that.
You are a man, after all.
Oh, fuck. Side of the head? Yeah. Cool. So that's how he dies. Oh!
Legend has it that the ghost of Nora Montgomery still haunts these very halls.
I've told you, no one can own this house.
No one ever will. He's tearing it down. And then who knows what will happen to all the ones who reside in here.
Oh no. No, 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 no. If this is what I think it is from the opening of this episode, I don't know why it would be a jump scare. Surely Violet would feel sad for it. Him, her. Oh! Fucking hell, why do another jump scare, man? Jesus!
Scaring her. Go away!
I feel really bad for that thing. Not thing, but... I'm sure she's... Oh, you... Ah! Fucking hell!
Look what he did to me. Go away!
Oh, I wasn't expecting so many jump scares on my return to this damn series. I'm sweating up and everything. It's so hot up here.
There are 3 reasons I deal with women. Sex, money, or making me sandwiches. And unless you're planning on going into my kitchen and slapping some ham between 2 slices of bread, this conversation is over.
No wonder this guy's single.
One day your time's going to end. And they'll be building on top of you, too.
So, yep, cool. See you later. I don't think that's the end of him, though.
Visits with the good doctor helping you?
Yeah. We're really getting to the root of the problem. Turns out I hate my mother.
I don't really get why he hates her, but... Uh-oh.
Bo?
Please don't jump scare
Come
me
here, darling.
again. Cool.
Sit down with me, darling.
Okay, I get why she's she's in the house because she's saying goodbye, basically.
But we can help each other.
What do you want me to do?
As if. I don't believe you, Constance.
What you do best.
She's in it for herself, man. Constance is a scheming... Oh, they're gonna
nobody's home.
Kill him.
They're upstairs, tucked in tight.
Basement, yeah.
Kind of dark down here.
Puts me in the mood to do bad things.
That is nice.
This is weird.
A little less teeth.
Oh, man,
We'll make sure he's off the property before he expires. I wouldn't care to encounter his carcass ever again.
Oh, I thought they were just... Yeah, okay. I was going to say, surely his ghost would come back.
Look at this. Wow. That's the house. Yeah. When it was first built.
Where'd you find all this? Yeah, I knew she was going
attic.
to say that.
That's the original owners. Nora and Charles Montgomery.
Yeah, she's seen her.
Are you the woman of the house?
Matches my eyes, doesn't it?
Okay. Very good little comeback episode that was. I've jumped quite a few times. I don't know why they made 2 jump scares out of the same ghost that was in the attic. Americans call it attic, I call it loft. So I just want to say loft. We don't English don't call it attics really. Yeah, so I'm just going to call it a loft. So that Bo, the boy that was in the loft called Bo. I didn't know whose kid that was until Constance went to see him and said, "Oh, my sweet little boy, I'm saying goodbye to you now." But who's the father of Bo? It's not Larry, is it? Because Constance doesn't love Larry. She despises him. But she was saying my sweet boy, and then Larry killed him. Unless it was Larry's kid. But why would... Before Larry killed him, Constance said, "You know what to do." And then he went and killed Bo by suffocating him with a pillow. Unless Larry and Constance were having a secret affair and they had a boy that was about... I mean, he looked about... maybe 10 or 11, maybe 12. He was quite a tall kid, that Bo. Or Bew or Bo. I can't remember. Obviously, that episode had a lot in it. It had someone coming in wanting to buy that house, and then by the end of the episode, they were dead. That's just how, I guess that's how American Horror Story works. Everyone, Ben and Vivian and Violet are all thinking, "Oh yeah, we're getting out of here." I don't think Violet wants to leave though. She doesn't feel like her opinion is considered when it comes to moving and stuff, important major decisions. I mean, I kind of get where she's coming from, because every kid is kind of like that when they're growing up. They don't really get to have an input, or they're not asked for their input enough. So I guess it's all Vivian and Ben's doing. But as we saw, I've forgotten his name, but the buyer from Armenia. That's what you get, man. That's what you get. If you're after sex and blowjobs, that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get suffocated by a bag, eventually. And as Constance said, she said to him on her way out from his house, "One day your time is going to come to an end," or something like that. That was kind of poetic. And then obviously right at the end, I kind of predicted that was going to happen, because when Tate was showing Violet the pictures, I could have sworn Mrs. Montgomery had met Violet at one point in the house, but I must have got it confused because it was definitely Vivian, and obviously then she put 2 and 2 together when she saw her. Done a little flashback of when they met. But now, hopefully, this is the turning point for Vivian to tell her something ain't right with this house. We need to get out. But I suppose they can't, can they? Because they need to sell it. That's the worst thing in it about buying a house. If you don't like it, you sort of have to stay in it until it sells. Which is the case here. And they were so close. So close. But a paper bag and a blowjob ended it all. Unlucky. But yeah, the only thing that really confused me is who the father is, essentially, to that Beau kid in the loft. I'm guessing the mother was Constance. And I'm guessing Constance is the mother to Tate, Adelaide and Beau. Not sure if all 3 have the same father. I don't know. That's not come clear yet. It might get solved, it might not be. I don't think it's really of any importance. I don't think. But yeah. I'm trying to think of other stuff that happened, but I don't think anything. Oh, and obviously I was wrong about the buyer, because he said he wanted to knock it down. But I said, oh, wouldn't that be a bad thing because of the gazebo and the bodies and stuff buried? But I guess Ben is so sure that wouldn't happen and they wouldn't be discovered. Because even Moira was like, yeah, okay, we need to do something if my body's not being discovered. But I guess we kind of found out that Moira wants her body discovered, not just to be freed, but for Constance to go to prison. I literally didn't even think of that. But another thing I was thinking, right, obviously Moira slept with... Oh, now it makes sense. Obviously, Constance caught Moira and her husband together, so that's why she shot Moira, and that's why she has the lazy eye. And obviously that took place in the house, because that's where Moira died. But how come we haven't seen Moira's husband? Because he died there as well. Constance killed him. And I'm guessing now that must be the father of Tate, Adelaide and Beau. He must be. That's the only person I see. And Constance must have told Larry to kill Beau, but why? I don't know, man. That's the only bit that's confusing me out of that episode. Everything is fine, fits into place. I thought I'd be a lot more confused because obviously I haven't watched it in 6 months. But I think I've done well. I've understood literally the whole episode apart from just that minor little bit. But I think that's it. I think that's the recap done. Or the review of that episode, I think, is what I've just said. We saw how Charles Montgomery died, and we saw how Mrs. Montgomery died, and the toddler, I presume, is still alive. I don't know how it ate. I don't think the toddler was old enough to know how to cook or provide for itself. But anywho, it probably would have died of starvation anyway and then stayed in the house. And I am pretty sure it's the one in the basement. Please correct me here. But I'm sure whatever Dr. Montgomery made of his son and his daughter's heart or something, that's the one in the basement that we saw with the red eyes in like the first or second episode. When Tate got the bully of Violet downstairs in the basement, and then like the lights started flickering, and then you saw like flashes of Tate and then this creature. But I can't think of anything else. I think I reviewed as much as I can for the episodes, to be honest. So, in that case, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I did say I'll try and look at the camera more when I'm talking, but as I said, I can see myself. Literally, I'm looking at myself right now. Because I've got the camera over here, obviously, and then monitor there. So I'm sorry if I don't look at the camera a bit more. But anyway, if you enjoyed this reaction to Murder House episode 7, you can watch the full, uncut, unedited reaction, as well as the previous 6, over on my Patreon. Alright. Thanks guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening, if I release this in the evening. But yeah, thanks. See you guys for episode 8. Take it easy.